Most of you have probably heard of Sonny Franzese, a Mafia powerhouse who'd witnessed its rise to prominence as a billion-dollar organization as well as its demise. He lived for more than a century and spent nearly half of it behind bars. He was ratted out by numerous people, but never gave up anyone, earning the grudging respect of both law enforcement and the underworld alike. He mingled with famous celebrities as easily as with mob guys. In his own words, he killed dozens of underworld figures, survived deadly Mafia wars, and somehow still managed to die peacefully at the age of 103. But here are 15 things you may not know about Sonny Franzese. The man, the myth, the legend. Number 1. Sonny was the youngest son born to Carmine the Lion Franzese, who was an early associate of the Camorra of downtown Brooklyn. Sonny's father was associated with the other Neapolitani hoodlums such as Vito Genovese, who served as an early idol and mentor to Sonny, Mike Miranda, and other Camorristi, who later became inducted Cosa Nostra members. Number 2. There is a common misconception that Sonny joined the Profaci Colombo family when he was 14 or 16, but this is unsupported by any reliable evidence. Instead, it is much more likely that he joined the family formally when he was in his late 20s or early 30s. Number 3. Although Sonny's father belonged to the Genovese family's Neapolitan faction, it wasn't his father who officially brought him into the Mafia. As a young hoodlum, Sonny became friends with Sebastiano Bostiano Aloi, a veteran Sicilian mafioso in charge of Joe Profaci's territory in Greenpoint. Aloi took the young thug under his wing after seeing how Franzese conducted himself in the area, and he put him on record with the Profaci family. The young man was mentored by Aloi, who later officially welcomed him into the Profaci Colombo family by proposing him for formal membership. Number 4. Most of you would know that in addition to Sonny's father, both of his sons, Michael and John Jr., were involved in the life. But these weren't the only members who were. At least one of Sonny's siblings, Onofrio Franzese, also pursued a life of crime, and FBI documents describe him as being more vicious than his more infamous brother. Sonny also had a nephew by the name of Carmine Tutti Franzese, who was a made member in the Colombo family, and another nephew, Mike Catapano, who served as Sonny's acting captain. Yet another family member, a cousin by the name of John Capolino, was also involved in the life. Number 5. As a member of the bloodiest of the 5 New York families, Sonny had to survive 3 internal wars before passing away peacefully in his bed at the age of 103. So how did he manage that? During the First War, also known as the Gallo-Profaci War, which lasted from 1961 to 1963, Sonny was one of the few individuals on Joe Profaci's side who was also well regarded by the Gallo faction. He tried to resolve the conflict amicably, always showing respect to the Gallos. Possibly because of this, the Gallos never tried to kill him. Although he most certainly followed the orders of Joe Profaci, he managed to remain primarily on the sidelines. This helped tremendously in surviving the war that left 15 dead and dozens injured. It has been alleged that he tried multiple times, though unsuccessfully, to negotiate a truce between Profaci and the Gallos. Little is publicly known regarding Sonny's role in the Second and Third War, except that he sided with Carmine Persico against Victor Orena in the Third, which lasted from 1991 to 1993. During this war, Sonny was in and out of jail due to parole violations. Persico's faction eventually emerged victorious. If you'd like for us to create a separate in-depth video on the Colombo Wars or other Mafia wars, let us know in the comments below. Number 6. Sonny wasn't your typical pizza and pasta eating mobster. In fact, he was a teetotaler who didn't drink or smoke. He could be described as a health freak. He used to take multiple vitamins every day, and he was a calorie counter who strictly adhered to his diet. He ate a lot of greens and avoided sugar as well as red meat. The law enforcement officers and the media figures who kept a watch on Sonny noted that while other Cosa Nostra luminaries preferred a long pasta-filled luncheon at a favorite Italian restaurant, Franzese, when time permitted, preferred to be driven to the nearest chock-full-of-nuts restaurant, where he preferred a sandwich of date nut bread and cream cheese. On other occasions, a flunky would be dispatched to get a carton of sandwiches and coffee, so that Franzese and his associates could partake in a simple top-of-the-desk lunch. A healthy diet may not be enough to reach 103 years of age, however. It requires exercise. Sonny lifted weights, jogged, and played handball. Even while he was in prison, he used to run 5 miles a day and was the handball champion at Leavenworth Federal Penitentiary. Number 7. There is a popular speculation that Sonny was Joe Colombo's underboss in the 1960s, but FBI informants like Greg Scarpa deny this, suggesting that the extremely low-key old-timer, Charlie Lemons Mineo, was likely the underboss instead. Sonny was an extremely powerful top capo regime, however. which likely had him mistaken for an underboss. Underboss or not, he headed a very large and powerful regime. In later days, he was reportedly demoted to soldier by Carmine Persico, but still retained the respect of a captain from those who dealt with him. In the 2000s, he was reportedly elevated to underboss. Number 8. Franzese ruled Long Island with an iron fist. Heading a crew of approximately 8 to 10 formally inducted soldiers, 10 to 12 capable proposed associates, men who were in line for formal induction when the books would open in 75, and another 30 to 4 active and capable second-tier associates, and numerous other outer ring hoodlums of every size and shape, literally numbering into the hundreds. Sonny's crew had their hand in every racket, whether it be extortion, gambling, truck hijacking, loan sharking, peep shows, business infiltration, the music industry, and so on. It was described as a family within the family. As a side note, Sonny claims that he hated narcotics and never entered that business, and that he even refused to meet with Nicky Barnes because of his drug-dealing activities. However, Franzese crew member Anthony "Tony the Gawk" Agello did find himself caught up in a massive narcotics conspiracy with boss Carmine Persico's son, Aloi. Another crew member, John "Johnny Irish" Matera, who later rose to capo status, was suspected of handling large quantities of narcotics smuggled into South Florida. Number 9. Sonny Franzese was thought to be a strong contender for the top spot in the Colombo crime family, but his run-ins with the law proved to be a stumbling block. Constantly being in and out of jail made it difficult for him to lead even his own crew from behind bars. Number 10. Beautiful and famous women. Among them Marilyn Monroe, Jane Mansfield, and the 50s TV bombshell Virginia Ruth Jenny Lewis, better known as Dagmar, flocked to Franzese. And that's not just according to his account. Quote, "He was a magnet," said Tommy Gallagher, who ran a renowned boxing gym in Brooklyn where Franzese would go to unwind. To his dying day, Franzese professed he did not know what women saw in him. "They would come up to me, actually pick me up," he'd say. "They hit on me like I was Rudolph Valentino. I couldn't believe it myself at times. I was in demand, believe me," he said. "I never knew why. I never thought I was good looking. I never really did." That memory seemed the only instance in the 5 lengthy interviews where Franzese expressed embarrassment. He recounted the iconic moment on May 19, 1962, when Marilyn Monroe sashayed onto the stage of Madison Square Garden in a skin-tight, rhinestone-studded dress and sang a breathy happy birthday to President John F. Kennedy. He explained that in the darkened arena, a different personal drama was playing out. Monroe's ex-husband, Joe DiMaggio, was trying to confront Sonny about an affair she'd had with the Mobster. "He was chasing me all over the place. He wanted to talk to me," Franzese recalled. "I didn't want to talk to him. I was ashamed. What can I tell him? You know what I mean? So I ran away. I wouldn't talk to him. I liked Joe DiMaggio. He was my hero." Number 11. His toughness earned him the reverence of street hoods and a grudging respect from law enforcement. The late Gambino boss John Gotti was caught on a federal wiretap, marveling at Franzese's refusal to rat. Quote, "Sonny Franzese, he's one tough effing guy. One tough effing guy." The late Bernard Welsh, an FBI agent who arrested Franzese for violating parole, agreed in an interview with Newsday in 2017. Quote, "He demanded so much respect because he did all that time and he never gave anyone up." Number 12. Sonny was suspected by the FBI for the killings of 50 to 100 guys. Now this number seems exaggerated, but in Sonny's own words caught on wiretap, "I killed a lot of guys. You're not talking about 4, 5, 6, 10. Number 13. Both of his sons turned informant. John Jr. even testified against him. Sonny gave the orders, or at least went along, with the decision of killing them both. Michael Franzese himself admitted in one of his vlogs that his father acquiesced to Persico's decision of hitting him. When it comes to John Jr., Sonny Franzese associate turned informant Gaetano Guy Furtado told a jury that once, when ill at home, Sonny stopped by to check on him. The gangster was led to his bedroom by Furtado's wife, who knew Sonny was an important associate of her husband. During their bedside talk, Franzese cocked his hand in the shape of a gun and told Furtado that he might have to call his son, and that if the dirty deed were to be done, he wanted Furtado, whom he had been schooling and grooming for his Mafia induction, to help him do it. For different reasons, neither of these hits ever took place, and both sons claimed to have reconciled with their father. Number 14. Franzese is listed as an associate producer of the 2003 film This Thing of Ours, which starred James Caan. He also helped to finance the $22,000 budget of the 1972 pornographic film Deep Throat. which generated $30 to $50 million, and the 1974 slasher film, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which earned over $30 million from an $80,000 to $140,000 investment. Number 15. Even though he earned hundreds of thousands of tax-free dollars every year in the 60s, which adjusting for inflation in today's money is in the millions, Sonny was known among his peers to be very frugal and reluctant to pick up so much as a tab for coffee. Welcome to the Watch to the End Club. How was today's video? Don't forget to let us know in the comments below. Your feedback is always appreciated, and it plays a very important part in improving the content. If you would like to support us so we can keep creating this content, join us on the Patreon for as low as $2 a month. Link in the description box below. For more videos like this, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you are the first one to get a notification when a new video is released. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up icon, and if you didn't, hit it twice. Stay dangerous out there, and see you next time.